just off the south stand will be in full voice, urging their side on to a win. Danny Maguire says he thinks it'll be the Rhinos night. Phil Clark says Hull FC. I wonder what say you, John Wilkin and Barry McDermott, who are in our commentary team alongside Bill Arthur.
Q, Sly and the family Stone, because it is a family affair here at Headingley this evening as Leeds Rhinos, coached by that man Rowan Smith, take on a Hull FC side who now have his uncle Tony at the coaching helm. And there is another Smith, no relation, Jack Smith, who referees the game tonight. And there'll be no leg up for Smith R, because Smith T there will be out to ensure that his black and whites make it back-to-back wins at the start of this new Super League season. Leeds looking to make amends for last week's disappointing performance at Warrington. They've got some amends to make, John.
Absolutely, yeah. If Rowan Smith's philosophy is for his defensive line to bend, it can't break. And last week it broke at the hands of a mighty Warrington pack. Rowan Smith maybe implemented a different defensive strategy, but we'll tell a lot from this first set whether he's stuck with that.
In terms of the opposition, Hull FC, well, they were electric at the start of that game against Castleford Tigers, and right at the forefront were Brad Dwyer. And if we know anything about Brad Dwyer, he writes his own script. He'll be coming here with a point to prove, and there's no bets that will be taken that he won't get over that try line, especially from a show and goal.
Big show and goal.
The black and whites getting their hands on the ball first then tonight.
Stand up! Tackle 4, go!
And they have a huge army of travelling support behind them, and Dwyer already showing his hand.
Yeah, Barry McDermott's picked it straight away. Brad Dwyer gets into dummy half. You know one thing, he's going to fool with the markers and try and create some doubt like that.
Go, tackle 5!
So Hull getting to the kick, which is performed by Jake Clifford. A tall kick from him.
10, hold and hold!
And Leeds able to deal with it. Tua was underneath it.
Ball there, mate.
And Leeds really have got, in terms of the physicality, they were second best against Fire last week. They've really got the front up tonight, and they've got the set restart.
You're right, Bill, and I think the lads in the studio referenced that only one forward made over 100 metres, and that was Cameron Smith, and the top metre maker was the guy playing number 6, Blake Austin. So roll your sleeves up time.
Good run from Cameron Smith. He thought about offloading, but he's brought down on the Leeds 40-metre line, but he made good yards there. Now then, here goes Ash Hanley. Scored 5 tries in a game against Hull last season in the 62 points to 16 win. And that was after Hull had won here at the start of the season, or early in the season. But both these sides went through very different second halves of the season. Hull going into decline to finish 9th. Leeds revived and making the grand final. Austin hoists the kick. And underneath it, Darnell McIntosh.
I think Phil Clark made a really good point. We overanalyse things week 1, don't we? So we're all talking about how bad Leeds were, but we've got to say it was at the hands of a Warrington team that were on fire. Leeds have got a real stimulus to improve here. But in Hull, Tex Hoy and Jake Clifford, which we've featured and the guys in studio have spoken about, are genuine stars. If they get their hands on enough possession tonight, they'll create something.
Here's Adam Swift, just turned 30 years of age, the former Saints man.
Off the ball,
Sutcliffe back on familiar territory, wearing the black and white once of the Leeds Rhinos. And Myler underneath that ball, and that'll be a relief for Richie Myler, because he was tormented last week.
I reckon I've watched pretty much most of Richie Myler's games he's played in his career. I've never seen him play as poorly as he played last week, but a good character, a strong character that I'm sure will bounce back tonight.
Scott hits it!
There is 32-year-old Richie Myler, the Irish international, played in the World Cup, just gone.
And I think with the exception of Blake Austin, all the spine, all the key players for Leeds Rhinos massively underperformed, but everybody's got big expectations of Nene McDonald, the number 4.
On that, Barry, it's so hard to play well when your team's retreating and on the back foot all the time. So I respect Rowan Smith's defensive strategy, but it backfired catastrophically last week. Look, you can stick with it and refine it and improve it. but I believe they need to just apply more aggression, front load their energy more into the defence than they did.
Tex Hoy claiming that one, his first take of the night after Caesar had launched a big kick.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a bit of line speed from Cameron Smith, a bit of line speed from Cruz Leeming, and you're just making contact on or over the ad line.
Early moments here at a pretty full Headingley Stadium with a great atmosphere before the game. Such a feeling of anticipation, the first home game of the season, and people being reunited. Referee has spotted it.
There you go. Liam Sutcliffe, I think it was. Warrington a little bit further in front over at Huddersfield, but big night for Liam Sutcliffe. He's desperate to play that ball quickly, loses control. It was a good recognition, good tackle. Nenny McDonald gets up quick.
It was a great spot, Barry McDermott. Laser vision from over here.
Johnny Smith, Stanley Jean alongside him.
I hope he's brought his big coat. He's going to be cold.
It's a chill night in Leeds, but great heat being generated by the south stand down below us. We'll be warm enough. There's lots of hot air coming off.
It's perfect though as a player. Cool, crisp. Nights like this are great for rugby league. And because it is so cold, you look for more work, Bill.
Rhys Martin getting through some work there for Leeds. Miss Holroyd, great run from him, rumbustious run.
He'd have been disappointed last week. He's been the most impressive player in those pre-season friendlies.
It was an embarrassing game, wasn't it, for a number of the Leeds forwards, but certainly some more vigour about them here.
Little kick comes through. Nenny McDonald chasing. Couldn't quite get there. The ball beat into the sideline. Hull breathed a sigh of relief.
He's waiting for that perfect bounce, isn't he? Maybe just needed to dive on it.
It was a smart kick from Richie Myler, wasn't it? What Richie Myler does really well, he just keeps Adam Swift on the end of the defensive line. He can't drop off and get there, and that just makes it a foot race for Nenny McDonald and Tex Hoy. So close.
Bit of an escape for Hull FC there. Started off impressively in the first half against the Castleford Tigers last week, leading 32 points to 6, and then very nearly blew it, did Hull, finishing 32-30 in the end. And Leeds are penalised, first penalty of the game.
There's no sign that they're backing off here. That's a penalty for coming off your line. So that maybe that passive approach is not evident here tonight. The question with Hull, Bill Arthur, is I think they can attack. We know they can attack. But under the pressure in pre-season, they were never tested defensively. Castleford stuck it on them for a one half and they nearly crumbled. They'll be looking for a complete defensive performance here.
Yeah, that is a concern for this Hull camp, that they haven't had an opportunity to really work on their defensive regime. They haven't been required to. Well, they might be here tonight. But they're on the attack at the moment. And it's the easily recognisable Brad Fash who plays that ball. McNamara, on it comes to Tex Hoy, the new signing at fullback.
He looks confident, doesn't he? You know, his interview pre-game, amazing. Just to get someone's confidence ooze through the camera.
There he is. Now Ben McNamara. Tackle 10 metres out. Fourth tackle. Dwyer's pass. It bounces and it's seized on by Hanley. And a golden opportunity goes begging. Tony Smith scrutinises his monitor.
The referee's blown up for a knock-on at some point during that. Yeah, he's come off Scott Taylor. I thought it was just a poor pass from Brad Dwyer, but you're right, we are all excited about Tex Hoy and Jake Clifford. He's an old-fashioned number 7, Jake Clifford. Bit of physicality about him. He wants to run at plays, he wants to bump them off.
Competitive, Gary, isn't he? What's what we've seen. It could be just what Hull need. Consistent, competitive player wants his hands on the ball every game, not just big games.
Hoy and Clifford, two former Newcastle Knights in action in Super League. Here is Ash Hanley now, just turned 27. And Zane Tetevano, who was loose forward last week at Warrington, starting this evening. He'll bring some aggression up front, sometimes too much aggression.
Just watch out for Leeds here, really pinpointing Dwyer, getting him involved in tackles. They know how much of a threat he is. He used to play there, but tiring him out and taking juice out of him is just going to be key to Leeds' strategy here tonight.
So Holroyd runs straight at him. That'll take some juice out of you. And they're clinging on to Holroyd. Had a nightmare 2022, missed all season. So he's hoping to make a big impact here. The little kick ahead, and brave from Tex Hoy to come and collect that one while the boots were flying.
Yeah, and we saw Salford come. I think Hull KR did a great job on Andy Ackers, a 9 who loves to run. Hull KR, Danny Maguire, our guest here tonight, suggested, look, tiring those players out is smart. Well, it's certainly something that Leeds are doing here, really pushing around Brad Dwyer, making him make tackles.
The other game on this evening is at DW, and Wigan are 6-0 up. Latest score against Wakefield. Warrington leading at Huddersfield. Last we heard, here is Scott Taylor. Big season for him. 32 years old he'll be on Monday. And now Clifford kicks high towards the corner, and the ball is knocked on. By whom?
Fussatua.
It's Fussatua, yeah. Had all the time in the world to get that kick away then. And he was always under pressure.
How tall's
Was not Swift involved?
But how tall's Fussatua? 6'3", 6'4", he's a big man, isn't he?
Nearly as tall as me, Will Thorpe.
You wish, Barry McDermott. But what a great jump from Adam Swift.
Yeah.
From a, you know, he's got a running jump at it, but Adam Swift to out-jump Fussatua there, or even put him under pressure, fantastic.
Enfield goes to Hull FC after that knock-on. Fantastic position. Bang in front of those posts. 15 metres away from the Leeds try line. And here is Dwyer. Goes from the base of the scrum. Doesn't make much progress. His former teammates shutting him down. Now then, Scott Taylor. Taylor, legs driving, looking for a big season. After a couple of years when he's not managed to get the number of games he'd wished, and the referee has penalised Leeds.
Cruz Lehman, yeah, just put his hand around the ruck. Knows Brad Dwyer's dangerous in those situations. Just tries to interrupt him, getting the ball away. Well, that just gives Hull more possession.
So the error and then the penalty. And Leeds under a bit of pressure here, back on their own try line, as Dwyer sweeps the ball away. On it goes from Clifford to Sutcliffe. Nene McDonald gets a hold of him, and then he gets a hold of the next man. I think it's Tex Hoy, is it?
That's great from Nene McDonald. Just
good hustle.
Yeah, fantastic.
So they come again with Joe Lovadua on the bench last week against Castleford, but Tony Smith opting to start the Fijian. Ben McNamara. Here is Jake Clifford. Clifford, lovely hands, lovely first try of the night from Cameron Scott, and Leeds pay the price. They knocked the ball on, they conceded the penalty, and Cameron Scott finishes off that move. 23 years of age. And Scott with his first of this new campaign.
Yeah, it all came about from the penalty awarded. Here's the high kick, and the contest in the air. Adam Swift wins it. And then the reach around from Cruz Lehman is penalised by the referee. And it looks simple, doesn't it? Players running into holes, running into spaces. A little bit of ball watching. There's a nice line from Jordan Lane that just tangles up perfectly legally a couple of defenders. And then the space is there. Ash Hamlet, you can see by the number on his back, he's a winger. He's asked to operate in the centre this evening. And first points to the away team.
Tidy, wasn't it, from Hull? Just a bit of pressure, penalty, error, a bit of field position. And Clifford and Hoy and all of these characters love that part of the field.
Jake Clifford, he's got a big boot on him and can kick from distance. Can he kick from angle as well? This one just in from the sideline and just off target.
Yeah, really smart from Jake Clifford. Just patient. I love how patient they are with the ball to build some pressure. Dwyer gets out from there. And it's just the subtlety of Clifford holding the ball on his hip. He doesn't really fire it straight away, and that just means that defenders are a bit more passive. They're backing off. And Clifford holds the ball on his hip, just pops it, and that's all there is.
Hull with a good record in recent history against Leeds. They've won each of their last 4 away matches at Leeds. They've won. Leeds, in fact, haven't won an official home game against Hull for 5 years. Long way to go here, but Hull with their noses in front after 14.5 minutes, 4 points to 0. Forward is the call from the south stand.
Move together, Leeds. Tackle 3, hold here. Goal third. Tom,
Dwyer.
wait. Come on.
Another forward cry.
4. Move, Tom, wait for that goal.
Jack Smith getting in the neck.
Goal. That's better, much easier.
Fash. Clifford on it goes to Josh Griffin, operating in the second row. His 16th professional season for Josh Griffin. And Clifford. That is a big kick. Myler underneath it, and his second clean take of the night. And then Fash gets a hold of him. A big ooh from the crowd, because Fash didn't hold back.
He's had a big start to the game, Brad Fash, and those meters that they're making means that Leeds Rhinos, when they receive the ball, for the majority of this, 15 minutes, have been coming away from their own line.
I just can't stop looking at his hair. It's incredible, isn't it?
I've said it before, Wilco. There aren't enough mullets.
There are enough. No, there are enough mullets.
No,
there are too many.
No, there are not.
It's Leeds in possession. Off scoots Cruz Leeming. Good work from Leeming. And they're looking to build on that as Myler to Austin on the last. Austin gets the kick away. Just. And taken by McIntosh, and McIntosh is bundled over the sideline. Well, good work from Darrell Alforts and co.
It's good work, isn't it, after the kick, but he was rushed into the kick.
Pressure is amazing.
He's aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. As a kicker, when you've got heat coming from your inside like that, it just makes you check. It just makes you, it just makes you think again. But, yeah. Leeds get the ball back here, and Hull, this is where they need to show whether they can defend. It's these areas of the field that they need to be solid defensively, Bill.
Yeah, this will be the test for them, first real test of the evening. And just to compound the problems, they're penalised for offside. So Leeds with a big opportunity here. Here is Holroyd not hanging around. Scott Taylor was down low, Fash up top, Leeming. Gets the pass away to Caesar. Back in field comes Reece Martin now towards those posts, edging closer to that Hull FC try line. Leeming. When it comes to Cameron Scott, Cameron Smith, beg your pardon.
The pass was on. It's Tetivano who was screaming for it.
Holroyd. He's clung onto it. He nearly dropped it. 4 tackles gone. Tetivano winding up for a charge. 5th tackle. Leeming. Leeming will go for it, and he is denied. Good defensive work. Well, there was the test. Did they pass it?
You can see from the applause from those travelling fans, they think that they've done an excellent job there. But for me, there was 2 short passes. 2 occasions Leeds Rhinos had the opportunity, but either a lack of ambition or a lack of support.
Oh, make them defend something. Make them defend a play. What are you doing? We're going to run straight over the top of you. You need more than that.
So Hull are able to bring the ball away. And the Hull fans celebrating that defensive stint by their side. Josh Griffin playing the ball. Here is Jake Clifford. Clifford trying to bump off Cam Smith.
Oh, look at him. He's a proper number 7. He turned round and blasted the players outside in Clifford.
While Tetivano's ripping into him.
McNamara's kick. And David Fusitua brings the ball back and takes Liam Sutcliffe with him for a few yards. Now then, here's Nene McDonald, had a sensational season with Lee. Well, they were the Centurions last year, what is now the Lee Leopards, but last year anyway, with Lee, he got 27 tries in 27 appearances.
First, move, takes 10.
Making his debut here tonight, Nene McDonald, having missed last week through injury. Tom Holroyd now.
It's a good test for Hull, this, isn't it, Bill? Just a period of constant defensive effort needed from him.
Leeming. Cameron Smith, Tetevano. Scott Taylor was down low. It's Blake Austin. A bit like Jake Clifford, isn't he, Blake Austin? He's big. Leeming. Cam Smith thought about giving the ball, went himself, gets the try, Leeds hit back. And Cameron Smith, his first of the season, not a prolific try scorer, but he's got the try, and Leeds rewarded for their perseverance.
Yeah, Cameron Smith, the loose forward, he's got a lot of facets to his play, he can pass, he sets up little plays. This is a pet play for him. Sits out the back, there's a hint of obstruction on the inside of the line, and then it's just too strong for Lovadua. You see here, is Brad Pass taken out? I don't think so. Lovadua still needs to make that tackle, but this is what Cam Smith does so well. He mixes up his play, sometimes passes, he's 100 kilos, sometimes he runs, and that threat near to the line is a pet play for Leeds.
I do prefer when he's run first, Cameron Smith. We were questioning whether his ambition was there previously. He was near the line. I'm sure it was Zane Tetevano outside him. If he'd have passed that ball, he strolls in Tetevano. On that occasion, he just bumps a defender out of the way.
Well, it's the night of the Smiths, isn't it? We've had the Smiths musically before the game, Smiths coaching, Smith refereeing, Smith getting the first try for Leeds. And Rhys Martin, this to put Leeds ahead. And he just does just that.
As I said, running first, taking the defenders on with support outside him. It's a great individual try from Cameron Smith, and he gets the congratulations of his teammates. All level now, even though it's 6-4 on the scoreboard. Mentally, they've got to try.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays, Bill, right? Through the week, you're watching Cam Smith do that 3, 4, 5 times. So I think Tony Smith will be disappointed that they've been done on such a simple play that we see Cam Smith do every single week.
Clifford out. Oh, whoa! Out on the full. He was looking for something wicked there, just overcooked it.
He's had an unsettling couple of minutes. Remember, he turned back, he didn't get what he wanted from his teammates, got tackled. Got a dig in the ribs from Tetevano. He's an emotional player, isn't it?
Maybe too clever there. Kick off, trying to spiral one into the sideline, and it's just high tariff that.
They're playing against the team that does it every single time in Leeds RHINOS.
Hanley from the penalty making a strong run. Here is Darrell Alforts, and Leeds looking to go back-to-back tries maybe, because on the back of that error they are threatening again. Here's Zane Tetevano, they're inside that hole 10 now, as Tetevano, the Cook Island international, plays the ball. On it comes to Season, then Rhys Martin runs in to the tackle of Chris Satai. Cruz Leeming, Cameron Smith, Tetevano. And Hull clinging on defensively. Leeming fancies it, bounces away. And that'll be the turnover.
It's great defence from Lovadua, isn't it? He knows Cruz Leeming's going to go. Long passes on, but in the back of his mind, out the corner of his eyes, looking at that try line.
There's no doubt where Leeds are going, is it? It's straight through the middle of the field. They've not done a lot of ball movement. Even when they've hit lead runners and kept it tight. Maybe they're setting Hull up here for something else, but it's been very direct from them.
Maybe the scars from last week and the accusations of you've not run hard enough have bled into this game, and it's, listen, let's just run over the top of our opposition.
A bit like Chris Satai can do. He started the game against Castleford Tigers last week. Tony Smith opting to bring him off the bench.
Off the ball, Cruz! Tackle 4.
And he can make a big impact.
Well, Leeds have got their own big boppers on the bench, haven't they? Sam Lazzoni and Justin Sangari, who I thought was exceptional last week.
Oh, Tex Hoy, what an offload that is to Clifford. Gets it away to Cameron Scott. Darrell Olphers with the tackle on the last. Ben McNamara, a spiralling kick. Fusitua comes, this time he makes it safe. Beg your pardon, Nenny McDonald it was. No, Fusitua underneath that one. Scramble of players. Nenny McDonald now.
Move together, Ted Hull. Go past me, Kane. Cheers,
There's a glimpse of what Tex Hoy can do there. We see him run the ball, gets the ball in 2 hands, and then it just looks like he's going to create something for Hull. He might be the key to unlocking this Leeds defence for Hull.
First change made by the Rhinos. One of those big boppers on the field now. Sam Lazzoni. There's the exciting fullback, Tex Hoy.
Okay, offload.
Cameron Smith is able to offload to Cruz Leemick. Jordan Lane
5
stops his progress, assisted by Ben McNamara. Myler, back it goes to Blake Austin.
40.
We were talking admiring Jordan Abdul's kicking game last night for Hull KR, but Blake Austin can really get some height on a kick.
Ripped that one, ripped a spiral down, went down Adam Smith's throat, but yeah, he's dangerous. And kick yardage is a big hit. Well, he can kick, he can hit as well, Bill.
But they survived that. Cameron Scott skipping infield, but there is real vigorosity from the Leeds defence.
Yeah, I like it when Blake Austin plays like this. You know, he takes the line on, he kicks well, and then he's aggressive with how he defends.
Here's Brad Fash going across the field and then driven backwards. Good defence by Caesar. There is Blake Austin.
Yes, that was one, yeah.
Liam Sutcliffe now. Got a debut try last weekend at the MKM Stadium in the victory over the Castleford Tigers, did the former Leeds man. Chris Satai taking the Leeds defence with him for a few metres there.
It's tight, Barry, isn't it? It's a tight game, there's not a lot in this.
Sam 10.
26 minutes gone, Leeds just ahead.
Okay, on 3.
Ben McNamara, here's Tex Hoy. Cameron Scott, Hull's try scorer.
Go for, sounds good.
Ben McNamara. Chris Satai, and Satai spots an opening.
Still 4.
And he's able to make the tackle, he's able to offload and able to give the pass, which allows Liam Sutcliffe to celebrate a try on his return to Headingley. Satai granted the freedom of Headingley there as he made the run that set up the try. And it's Liam Sutcliffe, who made 223 appearances in Leeds colours, who gets the try.
Well, for the first time in his rugby league career, he has silenced the crowd at Headingley. And just look what the Leeds Rhinos do defensively here. On the edge, you can see Aidan Caesar. He's spooked by Jake Clifford, and he gets out, anticipating that the pass is going behind. But the front door, the short pass, the player in close support is the one that gets it. He strolls through the gap, finds an offload, Saté, and then it's just a bit of determination from Sutcliffe.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice piece of play. Ben McNamara, beautiful short pass to Chris Saté. We spoke about the impact of him coming off the bench. Well, that's some impact there. Found some space, got an offload. Fantastic from Hull.
Liam Sutcliffe's last Leeds appearance was that grand final defeat against St Helens that ended last season, but the way the season started for Leeds last year, you'd never have imagined them reaching the grand final, but trying to avoid back-to-back defeats at the start of this campaign are the Rhinos. Now then, Jake Clifford, who kicked 4 from 6 against the Castleford Tigers last weekend, missed with his first attempt here. Back on target. I'll regain the leads.
Yeah, and you need the guys who come off the bench to make an impact. Liam Sutcliffe with the try. but it's all about this man Chris Satay finding some space. And when you're so big and you're in so much space on the edge and you've got Jake Clifford with you, there's so much doubt it creates space for Liam Sutcliffe. Tony Smith will be delighted with a number of facets of that play, but certainly the impact from Chris Satay.
Kane Evans, the Fijian international, coming off the bench for Hull FC. Fash still out there. Over 130 appearances for Hull.
And that's what he does for his team. He finds his front. Defenders are often unable to flip him onto his back, buying a valuable second or so.
Wigan going to town against Wakefield. 28-0, the latest score. So obviously stung by that defeat by Hull KR in their round one game. Bevan French has got 2 of the tries. I think Liam Marshall has got the other one. That's a rip-roaring start for Wigan. Oh, there's a player down after a tackle. It was the tackle on Ben McNamara. I think there was a collision of Leeds heads, and Morgan Gannon felt that one. He's back on his feet.
Sure, man, it's Blake Austin.
Yeah, I like that. Blake Austin, when he has this intensity about how he plays, and the intensity in the way he plays, I think manifests itself in his defence. And that's a good sign for Leeds, that Blake Austin's so vigorous with his way he defends.
Young Morgan Gannon getting checked over, 19 years of age.
Time off.
And
You've got 1 of 4 options, mate. You know
just took a while to get to his feet there.
Blake, here, mate.
After that collision.
I spoke to you early on about tackle on a passing.
And it is, the signal goes.
They're all different. Yeah, they're all different on Jake Clifford, where you've let go of him. But
Yeah, it was Morgan Gannon, wasn't it? Morgan Gannon really affected that tackle. He's hurt himself in the process. But good intensity from Leeds with the defence there. That passive sort of nature, what we were speaking about, is certainly not evident.
They've got some whack and sting in the defence, and that's the reason he ends up on the wrong side of that. Morgan Gannon, his tackle technique is all over. It's finished by Blake Austin, and that's where the penalty comes from. The hips up over the horizontal, but the attitude is, we're going to try and do some damage while we're defending.
James Donaldson has come onto the field as Gannon goes off for his head injury assessment. Clifford just dinks that penalty into touch, and Hull will start on the Leeds 30-metre line. And Chris Satay, they're not going to allow him such room to manoeuvre now.
Well, that's the least metres he's made. He's had 3 carries before this one, 30 metres, 10 metres of carries first 3. Leeds handled that one much better.
Fash.
Surrender. Stan Cruz.
On his back, can't get to his feet as quickly as he'd like. Joe Loverdua, Jake Clifford, Satay again. Satay with the drive, taking Leeds defenders with him. They eventually managed to stop his progress. Joe Loverdua, short ball. Kane Evans. Evans gets that down. Kane Evans gets the try. Or has he? Jack Smith consulting his sideline officials and then opting to go to video ref Marcus Griffiths.
So it's tackle 3 and we're checking the grounding. So have we got a view on the ball? Okay, so Evans is in possession of the ball.
Okay, mate, I'm front on. I've not got the best view of it. Tusher's got it.
Okay, can we just... So... Okay, so there, it appears if the ball has come out of the hands. Have we got another angle? Okay. So at this point, Kane Evans has hold of the ball. Can we go back to the previous angle, please? Okay, so this will be the angle. So, Evans is in possession of the ball. There is clear separation at that point. Thank you, I have made my decision.
Marcus Griffiths has made his decision. He hasn't hung around, not quite as quick as Ben Thaler last night, but it looks as though Kane Evans is going to be denied a rare try, just losing his grip on that ball, and Leeds escape. That was a big let-off.
Bench players coming on and making an impact. We saw that last night, didn't we? Hull KR's bench made an enormous difference to the rhythm of the game, and on that occasion, Kane Evans couldn't get over the line, but him and Chris Sattai making a massive difference.
Kane Evans denied what would have been only his second try for Hull FC. We talked about Ben Thaler and his speedy decision-making as video referee last night. Ben Thaler delivered the eulogy today in Wakefield Cathedral at the funeral of Fred Lindop, and apparently it was a fantastic turnout for the former referee.
Go on.
Meanwhile, Hull making progress here, and Fash bumps, turns, Clifford takes the pass. Here is Tex Hoy, and Hoy with the break, almost found a way through, and he's still on his feet. Eventually he's put down.
I like him, Bill. I like him.
Darnell McIntosh, Ben McNamara. Strong run from Jordan Lane. Hull denied a moment ago, but they're looking to strike again and make it count this time. Ben McNamara, Jake Clifford, here is Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe unable to offload before he's bundled into touch, and the referee says no to Hull's protests.
Yeah, he's not played at that ball. He offloaded it in the hope of finding one of his teammates, and it hit. Is it Richie Myler?
Well, actually, Hull did this play against Castleford last week, and they caught him out. Just Jake Clifford hiding himself, and Leeds just read it perfectly. We're really passive and just forced Liam Sutcliffe towards the sideline. Patient defence from Leeds.
So Leeds defending well there, denying Sutcliffe the opportunity.
And it's little moments within the game. They've defended well, but they've defended a mistake. A loose offload from James Donaldson was collected by Hull. They defended that threat, and now they've got the ball.
Here's Hanley. You felt that up here. Thumping tackle from Kane Evans. Here is Nene McDonald now. Once of the Cronulla Sharks. When it comes to Tetivano, halfway line, fifth tackle.
Hold. Go, Chris Sette, you're not square.
Blake Austin. Another big kick, and Tex Hoy was facing towards his own line and got away with that.
That's not a mistake from Tex Hoy. That's not, I mean, he fumbles it for sure, but he positions himself in a way in which that ball goes backwards. It's very smart play from Tex Hoy. Huge kick from Blake Austin. Tex Hoy just shifts his body around. Paul Wellens used to be a master of that. If you're going to make an error, it's always going backwards.
Interesting character, Tex Hoy, from a surfing family. Dad Matt, a famous surfer, but Tex Hoy's speciality is photography. He is a real dab hand with the camera. If you see his Instagram posts, he's got some amazing shots on there from his travels.
Play on.
Chris Satte's changed the game for all, hasn't he?
Yeah. Here's Josh Griffin, though.
Go, tackle 5.
Not inconsiderable figure himself. Clifford with a little dinked kick and claimed by Sutcliffe, is it? Ball played on, and it's kicked ahead by Jake Clifford, and eventually Leeds get a hold of the ball, but just a moment of panic there. Did well there, did Liam Sutcliffe.
Well, relief for Leeds Rhinos, but to answer your question, he has changed the game. That's what you want from your bench players. Come on and maintain the tempo, and sometimes push it on. And what Chris Sate has managed to do is every time he's carried the ball, he's demanded defenders account for him, muscle up, try and deal with him, and then he's made those big meters as well.
And you know that, Barry, coming off the bench in the middle of the field, you have to have impact, don't you? You must have impact. You had impact. It's a compliment, Barry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lost on impact, mate.
And
Just trying to make the tackle.
The error from Fusitua.
That's a cheeky little hand on it from Jake Clifford.
He's got to keep a hold of the ball, surely.
There's the big man there, just giving a nod. We've got the ball, we've got it in good position.
He missed only 3 games last year, Chris Satai, which is pretty impressive for a guy who really throws his body into the fray. And Hull, off the back of that Leeds error, 20 metres or so away, and here is Satay. And there's 3 in the tackle for Leeds to stop his progress. Tetivano gets hold of a leg eventually.
Hold it, wait lads, wait! Go, tackle on.
Lovadua.
Clean.
Clifford down round his toes to pick that ball up.
Move James, goal line,
Joe
Reece,
Cater,
Cruz.
good to see him back in action after his Achilles problems. Joe Lovadua fires the pass. Satay quickly on. Oh, nice work. It's Jordan Lane. Lane out the back, and it's picked up by Clifford. Clifford hounded down. Good work from Blake Austin.
Go third.
Lovadua down the short side. McNamara, ball over the top. Well done by Darnell McIntosh, but couldn't keep it alive.
Ruled out for a forward. Ben McNamara thinks he spots the winger in space.
Just go with the forward pass.
You can see his head's down, isn't it, McNamara?
Yeah, it's not the play. I think in those situations, you're man on man, you know, there's no obvious space. Keep it simple, play short. The exciting play for me was, again, using Chris Satay, who's been so powerful with the ball, giving it in early enough. He turned the ball up on the play previous to that, and that looks like a dangerous play for Hull.
I just looked at the clock, and there's under 5 minutes to go until half-time. It's absolutely raced by, and hardly a break in play on the sideline. Chev Walker, Leeds Rhinos assistant coach. Chev, it's been, from a neutral perspective, it's been a great first half, really entertaining. What about from the Leeds coaching perspective?
Yeah, we're a little bit more improved with his intent to his D, but we've leaked some points, just been a little bit clunky, and same with the ball. We're probing a little bit, but then we're just letting him off the hook with some errors and cheap giveaways, really. But we'll keep grinding, keep working out.
You're making life difficult at times for yourselves in your own half, aren't you, with the errors?
Yeah, just a bit. It's not costing us. There's a bit of energy in there, but that can only go for so long. We just need to tighten a few bits up and get to end a few kicks and put them in a bit of a cycle.
Chev, thanks, as we reach the 5th tackle, and Caesar puts the kick in, looking for a 40-20 and finding it.
He knows exactly where he is on the field. That's his best input of the half.
The season. Of the season so far, that's a big moment for him, isn't it?
And look at that, the situation that Leeds have got now on the back of that kick. Tex Hoy could do nothing about it, and Leeds, can they capitalise? It's Blake Austin who's spun to the ground by Chris Satay. Referee tells him to get to his feet. They were looking for 6 more, but here's Caesar, whose kick has laid the platform for this. Hull with some defending to do as half-time approaches to preserve their lead. Here is Caesar. Here is Sam Lissone off the bench. Cruz Leeming. Leeming looking for some movement. The movement comes from Austin. 4 tackles gone. Leeming. Here is Caesar. Caesar floats the ball over the top. Fusitua skipping in field. He's tackled by Adam Swift. On the last now. Caesar, will he look for a kick? He does! Oh, the ball bounces for Nene McDonald, but instead I think it's Ben McNamara who comes up with it. Leeds drive Sutcliffe back, but Hull escaped there, because for a moment it looked as though Nene McDonald was going to get the try.
What about that catch from Caesar? It's on his boots. It's that far down. He catches it, kicks it. Great reaction in the chase, the defence, and they're going to get another goal with the ball before half-time.
It was great D from Hull, it was, and they've defended very well, answered maybe some of the questions we were asking about whether they could defend, but for Leeds, it's just a little clunky.
That encapsulates the first 40 minutes. Absolutely frantic at times. And Caesar disappointed that Leeds couldn't capitalise on his 40-20. Here is Sam Lissone making his home debut, the Samoan international. Last few seconds of this first 40. Here's Zane Tetivano. Leeds fans appealing for a penalty. The hooter sounds. Caesar flings the pass to Nene McDonald. McDonald is still on his feet, and eventually is wrapped up by Hull's defence, and that'll be it. for the first half. What a 40 minutes that has been. Tony Smith, inscrutable on the sidelines. His former club, though, responding after last week's adversity. But Hull have the edge. They're 10-6 ahead at the break.
Yes, with heads hung low, they headed into the tunnels at the Halliwell Jones in round one, 30-0 down. There's only a 4-point deficit here at Headingley for the home side, the Leeds Rhinos. We'll analyse the first 40 minutes of Tony Smith's side performance, and indeed that of Rowan Smith, in the company of Phil Clark and Danny Maguire. And we'll bring you updates, of course, from the DW Stadium and Huddersfield. Let's bring you an update from the other two scorelines, of course, at the DW Stadium, which kicked off at 8 o'clock. Same time here as Headingley. Wigan have a very healthy 34-0 half-time lead over Wakefield. It's getting interesting, though, over at Huddersfield, which kicked off at 7:45. Warrington took a 14-0 lead. Huddersfield have hit back with a Joe Greenwood try converted by Will Price. So now just the 8 points between those sides in Huddersfield's first game of the new season. And here at Headingley, Hull FC 10-6 at half-time over the Leeds Rhinos. Leeds did finish strongly. Nenny McDonald in that first 40 minutes had a couple of great chances to score. Ball just not bouncing his way. The Leeds Rhinos very much in it in their first home game of the season. And you will see more of the Leeds Rhinos on Sky Sports. They'll be in action next Friday against the World Club champion St Helens. That will come the day after Warrington take on Salford, who'll be looking to bounce back from the disappointment of their defeat to Hull KR last night in front of the Sky Sports cameras. Both of those on Sky Sports Arena, both at 7:30 p.m. I hope you can join us then. Hull FC have taken their place back out on the field here at Headingley for the second 40 minutes. Leeds are on their way. It's time now to go back to our commentary team of John Wilkin, Barry McDermott, and once more, Bill Arthur.
Thanks, Brian. And the scene set for what could be a scintillating second half in the Battle of the Smiths. Liam Sutcliffe, one of the Hull try scorers this evening, that has helped them into this 10-6 lead. And not really sure what to expect in this second half after the way that first half ebbed and flowed. Nobody's got a grip on this game.
Well, I think Hull FC, if you look at their half-backs, Ben McNamara and Jake Clifford, and then Throtex Hoydon, they're more cohesive, they're more threatening with the ball. I haven't changed my mind from last week, Wilco. We talked about what we thought went wrong with Leeds Rhinos last week. I want more from the 6 and 7. I want Aidan Caesar to boss. You said to me at the start of this game, well, last week they didn't get the momentum, they didn't get the meters. What are you saying now?
Yeah, they've had it and they've not been good this week as well.
Strong run from the kickoff from Sam Lissoni for the Leeds Rhinos. Remember, Leeds still without some key characters here tonight. There's no James Bentley, no Harry Newman, no Aledzki, the big figure that they are missing.
Move together, Hull!
And of course, Hull still waiting for Jake Truman's return to fitness. But anyway, the second half underway. Here is Myler sliding into touch.
That is, you know, if we want to arrest the second half decline that Phil Clark's pointed out in his stats at half-time, where Hull, you know, conceding tries in the second half, well, they've just got to be more connected in defence, actually come up with some big defensive plays, and to concentrate and focus. For me, defence is an attitude.
Thanks, John. Let's go down to the sidelines, get some news from Jenna.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bill. Just to let you know that Leeds forward Morgan Gannon came off in that first half for a head injury assessment. He has since failed that head injury assessment, so he will now have to sit out for at least the next 12 days, given those changes by the RFL to the rules.
Yeah, the protocol has changed. Thanks, Jenna. So that's bad news for Morgan Gannon. Bad news for Leeds Rhinos to lose the services of the talented 19-year-old, been playing at standoff in the pre-season games. Meanwhile, here is Josh Griffin for Hull FC. into the shaded end of the field. They had a concert on this pitch in January, part of City of Culture show, and that's why that part of the pitch is a different colour. Meanwhile, here's Cameron Scott, nice first half try scorer, Joe Lavadua going for it himself. He's held up.
Just over the line. It's going to be tackle 5 on the 10.
Hanley is underneath.
Straight back, tackle 5.
Lavadua goes left, goes right, decides I'll have a look myself, but Cameron Scott, it was his defensive extra effort that got possession back for his side.
They'll get one more tilt in this set. Can they do anything with it? Tex Hoy, no they can't, because Griffin couldn't take that short pass, and it's Myler who comes up with it for Leeds.
Yeah, it was Leeds' turn to come up with some good defence. Tex Hoy just drifting sideways, trying to pick Griffin up with a tight line. An error there, but good patient defence. You've got to credit Leeds with just not presenting any blemishes in their line. Unlike this.
Nenny McDonald. McDonald is away. McDonald is away, rampaging down the middle of the field and then losing possession after all that. What a run that was from the PNG International. But somehow Hull survived.
I'd say somehow, it's not somehow, it's an unbelievable chase back from Darnell McIntosh. An unbelievable chase back. What a break from Nene McDonald. And McIntosh managing to just rip that ball out. Huge defensive play from him.
There's big anticipation on what he's going to bring to this right edge. Looks like he's holding his right arm. A bit of strapping applied during the break at half-time. Might be his left arm, should I say. But good acceleration and evasion from the centre.
Carving his way through that whole defence he was. Here is Tex Hoy now.
4, square up Blake.
Yeah, it was massive. Huge chase back. Darnell McIntosh just gets a bit of it. It's a big chase back, huge break from McDonald.
Kane Evans has tried to offload that ball, and that's gone wrong, and Leeds have it back.
Go.
Here's Donaldson now. Thumping tackle on the Cumbrian.
Hold. Go.
He was a meat in a black and white sandwich. There was James Donaldson.
Go.
Not nice.
He's run 10, he's run 10.
You're not going to put him off, though, are you, James Donaldson? He'll keep running that ball, keep running that hard.
Austin, oh, that was high.
I think it's Kane Evans again. He was the one with the loose offload.
Just come over the shoulder, just caught him.
He's a big man, isn't he, Kane Evans? Yeah, not too much, just over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's more of a pull than a hit high, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the penalty goes the Leeds Rhinos' way, and it gives them an opportunity to venture into Hull territory. Here's Sam Lissone, bang in front of the post, about 15 metres out. Here is Blake Austin. Austin short ball, and Leeds cough it up, and Hull will bring it away with Tex Hoy.
I'm going to
Down
say
on
it
the
again.
sideline is Gareth Ellis, Hull FC assistant coach. Gareth, what's the priority to start this second half?
I think there's been some big improvements. You know, we spoke a lot about our defence from last week, and we've seen plenty of sets where we've shown that improvement. I think offensively, I think we just need to throw a little bit more at Leeds. You know, start pushing with each other and playing every play rather than waiting for that big one.
There are there's sort of moments of frantic play from both sides as well. Somebody's going to have to keep their cool at some point in this game.
Yeah, that's a massive part of the game, is, you know, not giving in to that frustration when things are not going your way. I think, you know, that's probably the first team that does that. Will take a bit of a stronghold in this game.
Thanks, Gareth.
Tackle 5, how's in?
That's a good point.
Come on, make it, Cruz.
Neither side have got
tackle
a grip on this game. That's why it's still 10-6 in Hull's favour. Fifth tackle, and Myler comes for it. And Clifford got there and made the tackle, and Leeds supporters didn't like the tackle, but referee Jack Smith didn't see anything wrong with it.
Because there was nothing wrong with it, Bill. It's just a good chase. Well timed from Clifford. Made contact with Richie Myler, and this is where Gareth Ellis and Tony Smith will be looking to really press Leeds and restrict their yardage. Fair challenge, just patient, stays on his feet, there's nothing in it. Good kick chase. You're looking at me, Barry McDermott. What are you thinking?
His feet are off the floor. I've no problem with it. I'm reminded by Ian Proctor, our researcher, that it's 10 years more or less to the day since Gareth Ellis came as a Hull FC player back to the ground where he once played and damaged his Achilles.
40-20. Oh, it bounces back infield.
What about the bounce?
That was going all the way.
Eyes on ball at the back, mate.
Oh, it's just one of them. Blake Austin, he kicked it, he followed it, he's celebrating, and the last bounce deceived him.
Sorry, mate.
It turned into a leg break, didn't it?
Yeah, just keep going, just keep... Oh, they're not going to keep going. Oh, how disappointing for everybody.
Wow, what a let-off that was for Hull, because it was a great kick up until the final few metres from Blake Austin. Now then, here's Kane Evans going round the outside, a little flick from him, and they keep the ball alive. Lane across the field, signalling players to run, and Griffin does just that. Swift in support, Swift's got the legs, Swift has got the pace, and has got the try, and Hull have gone from one end of the field to the other. A cracking try from the black and whites. And Adam Swift just turned 30. 2 tries last weekend against the Castleford Tigers, which took him to 500 career points. Has got his 3rd of the season with that try.
Offloads, offloads, offloads. That's what you get from a Tony Smith side. Here's the attempted 40-20 from Blake Austin. It just bounces the right side of the line for Hull FC. But the big fella is coming off the bench, Kane Evans. It hasn't gone all his way, but he starts it. There's the second one, and he's inviting a player onto the ball. It's a wonderfully timed, wonderfully weighted pass from Jake Clifford, and all the experience in the world from Josh Griffin just feeds Adam Swift. It's Jordan Lane who provides the pass. He sums this up perfectly, and that's not an easy skill, to speed up, slow down, give the pass, and Adam Swift and Hull FC get another one.
Yeah, what about Gareth Ellis's message, though, to us? He said if people just push and support with each other, well, it takes somebody to lead that, and Josh Griffin just went, nah, I'm going to push with Jordan Lane here. He punched the line, Leeds weren't expecting it. Fantastic support play from Adam Swift. Great try from Hull, great try.
Jake Clifford, this should be a formality for him to extend Hull FC's advantage.
Might be short, let's kick off. Time back on.
No problem.
Blake!
Clifford with his second success of the night, 16-6.
I gave the credit to Jake Clifford because I thought it was a halfback that delivered that pass.
Yeah.
But Jordan Lane, he did his best imitation of Jake Clifford.
It was that good you thought it was Jake Clifford.
Correct.
All stay, lads. Everyone's on side, it's gone 10.
Gone short kick-off.
Back.
Told you, didn't I?
And they'll get the ball back.
They love a short kick-off, Leeds Rhinos, this year.
Hold, go, tackle on.
So Leeds need a response. Here's Darrell Alfords.
Move, Chris, and square!
From the Castleford man who had a great season last year, got the career best 18 tries in the Castleford colours last campaign. That's what's lured him to Leeds, or what Leeds decided to go for. That finishing power.
No. 2 great carries from Leeds Rhinos. James Tetevano and then Sam Lazzoni in his haste to get up and play the ball. It doesn't matter how quickly you play it if it's not legal and it's not good enough for the referee.
Yeah, it's a let-off for Hull, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's just details, isn't it?
It is, but I was just about to say this is a big period of the game for Leeds because, look, they're down here 16 points to 6. In the back of the mind, they'll have the Warrington defeat. You know, if they could get back into it there, the chance, but that you've got to make the most of those opportunities. They're so few and far between in a game like this.
I think it was Danny Maguire before the start of the game said you don't want to be at the beginning of the year searching for that first win, putting yourselves under pressure every time you play, so the result is more important than how you play.
Hit the 10, Sam. Tackle 4, Sam.
It was a fierce tackle Ben McNamara. Now here is Clifford. Griffin.
It's a good carry from Griffin again. Combination with Clifford's been really nice on this left edge for Hull.
Fifth tackle. Tex Hoy is in position to launch the kick. Myler comes to get underneath it, who claims it at the second attempt. Fusitua almost getting in his way as that ball came down. Leeming, the Leeds support is getting a bit impatient. They've been second best in the second half, haven't they?
There's some frustrated fans on the stairs on the way down to the toilet before.
Warrington 26 points to 6 up at Huddersfield. Wigan 44-0 in the second half. What about that Warrington score?
Started the season is tremendous form, hasn't it?
Giants fancy to be among the contenders this year. To go to.
I'm certainly in that camp, Bill. Huddersfield Giants and Ian Watson.
Meanwhile, Adam Swift is back to gather that kick and try and get out of trouble, but it's a good chase from Leeds.
Good chase from Leeds. Well, great chase, connected with the kick. Good kick to the corner, and then just a solid line presented from Leeds. And to build on that, now you need to really push, get off your line and just pin Hull back.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but Warrington won the first 3 games last year. Getting off to a good start isn't as important as keeping that momentum.
It is for a Warrington supporter when it's, not that I am, but when it's your year.
It's the manner of winning and losing though, isn't it? And much like Leeds might be stinging from how Warrington beat them last week, Warrington have gone out and looked like they're going to produce some brilliant performances here at the start of 2023.
Meanwhile, Hull are in possession, and Jake Clifford having plenty of time to put that kick in, make some yards and then put that kick in. It's Darrell Alforts who'll run it back, and then the reception committee is there, led by Joe Cater. Here is Ash Hanley, part of the leadership team here at Leeds. No specific captain, but a group of players with leadership potential.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Jared O'Connor, his 24th consecutive appearance.
What's the thinking behind it? A group of...
Clearly there's not one individual that can lead from the front.
Sangare offloading that ball, and it's come up.
Before he got on the field, I said how impressed I was with him last week. Looks like they're going to get the benefit of the doubt, but the decision to offload it, I think, is the wrong one. When you're in that position as a big man, you've got, is it Brad Fash underneath you, driving you back? You've just got to take your medicine, get down and play your ball quick.
Little nudge, though, from Danny Houghton there. And that's cost Hull possession. Houghton looking at the referee to ask the basis for that decision. Danny Houghton coming off the bench. He came off the bench against the Castleford Tigers last week and still ended up the top tackler. And that ball's been ripped out. The referee says first one was...
Oh, he's cheeky, Jake Clifford, and he's all over.
This is one-on-one steal.
I think he's snatched at the ball. He's pulled it towards him, therefore backwards.
Yeah.
And he's saying there's a knock-on. Is it Jared O'Connor?
Yeah.
It's very close, isn't it? You've got to just look at who's in contact. Clifford, yeah. He's smart. He's a smart footballer, isn't he, Jake Clifford? There's no doubt about that. But
all the best halfbacks are thinking of every which way to try and cheat the system, aren't they? And gain an advantage.
From the Artful Dodger school of half-back skills. And then
well, Leeds get the ball, Bill, and Leeds get a chance to put some pressure in.
They get the penalty.
Cheers, mate. It'll get a bit erratic, this.
So the usual scenario, knock-on, penalty, and then a real opportunity for Leeds to strike back, and they need to do that. Coming up to the hour mark, they trail 6 points to 16. And we asked whether Hull's defence would be examined. Here is Sangare with a strong run. Lovely offload, leaving under the sticks. And French international Justin Sangare serving up the try to Cruz Leeming. And Leeds do strike back, and Leeds do capitalise. And Cruz Leeming, his try has given Leeds a lifeline here.
And oh boy, did they need that, Bill. Huge moment in this game. And it just took Blake Austin to be direct and just feed Sangare into a soft part of the whole line. It's McNamara just with a bit of a weak contact, and then great support play. But how direct Blake Austin was made that. It just isolated Ben McNamara, and then Cruz Lehman with the fantastic support.
That's a lovely offload, isn't it? It's in his right arm, he's offloaded it right. His Leeds Rhinos fans are thinking it's a little bit awkward at the minute with 2 games in, it's not going the way that we want it. Well, listen, propel yourself into the future and think of a game where you've got Tom O'Rourke, Mikolaj Aledzki and Justin Sangare taking the team forward.
And Martin does what he does consistently, converts, and 12 points to 16. Sangare was like a butler, handing that ball to Lehman.
Like a silver...
pass.
With one like some Chenin Blancs.
Should have white gloves on.
Yeah, but Lehman with the finish. I maintain that was created by Blake Austin. How direct he was, just got defenders interested enough that you feed this big man, Sangare, into a much smaller man, Ben McNamara. That mismatch was what created that try.
Really interesting character, Justin Sangare. There you go. Touchscreen later on will be either Cruz Leeming or Jake Clifford, depending the outcome of this game.
Here we go.
Leeming might have, with that try, have considerable bearing on this contest. Sangare, born in Mali, raised in Toulouse, and discovered rugby league when Toulouse Olympics development team visited his school.
And do you know what his favourite team was? When he was taking an interest and watching it on TV, do you know who we liked watching?
Go, tackle 3.
The team in blue and amber.
Dream for him then. What a dream.
Dream come true. And he's certainly making a big impact. He needs a couple of people behind him, just like Jared O'Connor's doing now.
But Phil Clark made a great point in the studio. If you could benchmark Leeds' velocity of carry versus Warrington, it's just unrecognisable.
Tex Hoy gathers that ball at the second attempt. Once again, at least he got his body pointing towards his own try line.
I said the same thing last night, and it was something Gary Connolly said to me years and years ago as a fullback. He never wanted to let his feet leave the ground because he needed those small adjustments in the last metre or two. Obviously, when you've got defenders around, you need to get above those defenders and people who are trying to snatch it from you.
It's Kane Evans playing the ball. Word coming in from Wigan, where they are absolutely putting Wakefield to the sword. Liam Marshall has scored 4 tries for Wigan tonight, and I don't think they've finished yet. 5th tackle. And Myler is underneath it. Good chase, good follow-up. And it was Scott Taylor. What pace from Scott Taylor.
He doesn't like the attention, Richie Milo. There's a mistake made there.
Stefano's come up with the error.
It's Daryl Alfort's Bill. Daryl Alfort's in backfield.
Myler's still going at Scott Taylor. When the tackle's completed, there's an accusation that there's a twist or a tweak around the foot. Let's have a look at it. He's done his best to get there. He's got hold of a leg, and does he take an extra twist? Now, Scott Taylor, I'm not sure that's in his game,
no,
but I don't like the look of that.
Well, I don't like the look of that either from Daryl Alfort's, to be honest. He's known for his play 2 carries. Richie Myler not happy. I'd be more than happy about the Daryl Alfort's drop ball 10 yards out from your line.
Yeah, what a place to give up possession, because here is Tex Hoy, and Hoy taking on the Leeds defence. And then Leeds are offside. Jack Smith just explaining.
No, it's not breaking early, mate. It's here.
Tex Hoy then.
Yeah, you're all right.
And another opportunity. Here is Josh Griffin, Donaldson, Sangare stopping his progress. Just to the left of the post. There you can see Leeds back on their own try line. Danny Houghton. Step from Jake Clifford. Myler comes in to help Donaldson make the tackle. 2 tackles gone. Houghton Houghton just manages to avoid getting into obstruction trouble there, and then takes the tackle, and Hull getting into all sorts of a tangle there. Here's Joe Cater. Leeds holding out here into the final quarter of this game. Cater trying to extract himself from Cameron Smith's tackle. Tex Hoy on it comes to Jake Clifford. Clifford stabs a little kick in, and first to the ball is Justin Sangare. He's quickly turning himself into a bit of a favourite with the Leeds supporters here.
Yeah, it's nice from the big man to get down on Jake Clifford's kick. There's just too many feet, legs, obstructions in the way for Jake Clifford to thread that ball through and maybe build some pressure or get a repeat set. Nice from Sangare.
Relief from Leeds Rhinos, but one of the few occasions where Hull FC have got down that end of the field and haven't left it in a really compelling way, a really emphatic way. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, well,
Johnny Bairstow alongside him watching this game, and Leeds breaking through. Cameron Smith has got support from Leeming. He gives the ball, and he gives the ball to Cameron Scott. Cameron Smith, Cameron Scott.
Cameron's Hull.
he knows it.
Oh, Cameron.
And I think that's one of the occasions where a big man has to give it to a little man early.
Leeming was on his inside.
Just give it him. He's got Ash Hanley.
Look, as well, can we give Cameron Scott credit for getting back there, for even getting in the frame? Now that sort of effort is the thing that stops tries being scored. A massive effort from this young guy to get back and stop Cameron Smith. It was a poor pass from him, but great effort from Cameron Scott.
Try scorer Cameron Scott, try saver there for Hull FC. We saw Johnny Bairstow. It's been a great day for Yorkshire on the cricket field with Harry Brook and Joe Root's performance for England against New Zealand, both scoring centuries. And Leeds hoping to make it a big night for Yorkshire with a victory here, but they trail by 12 points to 16, and that ball's gone backwards from Myler.
Well, it's not a night for the fullbacks, is it? They all seem to be high, and they all seem to be, even when there's nobody around, they're under pressure.
You know it's big when it disappears out the floodlights. Yeah. The ball disappears into the darkness, and then it comes back into the light.
I bet Johnny Bairstow was wishing he could disappear with Jamie Jones-Buchanan at the side of him. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. What he doesn't know about cricket, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, in his mind anyway.
Here is Ash Hanley. Now Darrell Alfort's doing well to skip away from the first line of defence, but it's Jordan Lane who makes the tackle on him. 4 tackles gone. Good driving run.
He's almost dropped that ball, hasn't he, Tom Holroyd?
Flashes in there. And it's Blake Austin.
Big storm for Wigan.
Kick, and Tex Hoy comes and makes that look so easy.
This is perfectly poised, isn't it? We've got 15 or so minutes. You've no idea who's going to come away with the 2 points. The game and the ascendancy is swinging from side to side.
The Leeds will be encouraged. That break from Cameron Smith is just off a nice, crisp piece of ball movement. The more they can do and challenge Hull, the more that doubt, that second half, lapses in concentration are going to happen or likely to happen.
Darnell McIntosh plays the ball. Here is Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor already working on his post-career business, which is in the car trade.
Boise.
That looked high on Dwyer as he went on the run. Clifford stabs a little kick in. Lovely hands from Fusitua to pick that ball up off his toes. Good chase, though, from Ben McNamara to make the tackle on him. There's Blake Austin. Booming pass out wide to Hanley, who is away. He is away down the sideline, and he's got support from Austin. Across comes Tex Hoy. Another opportunity goes for Leeds, and Blake Austin buries his head in his hands.
For all money, you think Ash Hanley is going to in and away the fullback, but he wasn't confident. It's a beautiful ball, an ambitious pass to one of, if not the fastest player on the pitch. And when Ash Hanley is in full stride, All manner of questions are going through his mind, but he thinks the easy option is to find the support inside. And the moment, I think the split second that Blake Austin looks at the defender in front of him, the ball appears.
Hey, let's talk about Texoy, and let's talk about how you play fullback. Well, he chased back and he left those attacking players. Ash Handley had no idea where the Texoy's going to go.
Listen, it's great defensive play, but that's the second time they've blown it, Wilco.
I agree. You're praising the attack. It's fantastic. What great ingenuity from Blake Austin. Handley's gone down the side. They've fluffed it from there, but Texoy's played a part in that. He was just, he made a bit of indecision.
I'll tell you when the ball's in. Let's go. Out.
Scrum breaking up because of, I think, a little bit of a disagreement between Justin Sangari and Brad Fash. I don't know if it was about hairstyles.
There's only one winner, isn't there? Yeah, but Barry, you're right. They have to take those, don't they? That your point is absolutely right. They've got to. If you're creating chances like that at this stage in the game, there's 13 minutes left. Take one lead.
It's clear. Surrender.
Yeah. I just love Texoy getting back into the play.
I think Blake Austin looks at Texoy at the point the pass is put in.
That look forward, and he's dropped it.
He's pulled a knock-on rather than the forward pass. Jordan Lane with a beautiful offload there. There's the knock-on.
Texoy was trying to keep it moving, wasn't he, I think?
He's saying what you're saying, Wilco. There's a hand got to it, but at the point that the hand gets to it, then there's a fumble, isn't there?
Yeah. Leeds have got to take a chance. They've got to take a chance. They're making chances. Take one of them.
Leeming. Here is Darrell Alfords, and Fash is there to make the tackle as Alfords threatened to break, and Leeds are threatening to cut through this whole defence. Set restart signal. Jared O'Connor bumping off the tackles. Fash gets a hold of him. O'Connor stays on his feet, but not for long. Just inside their own half of Leeds. Set restart is signal. This is a big moment for Leeds.
Off the ball, Jordan!
Coming up towards the last 10 minutes of the game. A game that's still in the balance. Hull with the lead. Here is Austin. Austin losing the ball almost. Leeds 20 or so metres out. Leeming. Sangare looking to offload again. Hanley was there. Leeming with a little run, and then gets the pass away and almost intercepted. Clifford was going for it. This is just, at times, this is crazy.
Millimetres, isn't there? He knows what he wants to do, Cruz Leeming.
Clifford read it though, Barry. Clifford read it.
Leeming knows, but so does Clifford.
Yeah, too many people knew about it. We keep it under wraps.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're good. 4, 5, 6. 3, 5,
so
6.
Leeds will get head and feed once again. 10 metres out.
Time off. Yeah, it's all right. Ready. Yeah, we're all right. Brad, get down and in. Shot clock off.
Massive opportunity for Leeds. Big test for Hull's defence. Hanley. McNamara comes in after the tackle from Cameron Scott. Darrell Alfords. Austin, on it comes to Cameron Smith. Dwyer gets a hold of his former teammate, who just inches a bit further forward.
Reece Martin is screaming for the ball.
Gets the pass to Jared O'Connor. Fash down low. All-action performance from Fash here tonight. Leeming's pass. Holroyd with the charge. And Holroyd is tackled just short of the line. Danny Houghton critically down low to take his ankles. Leeming gets the pass away. Caesar over the top. And it's David Fusitua with the try to level the scores. And Leeds hammering away at this whole defence. They've blown 2 opportunities. They eventually take one. Well created. And David Fusitua with his first of the season to level the scores.
Well, you can hear the atmosphere now. You can hear the crowd. It's 4 for Fussy. There's the wild pass, the ambitious pass from Cruz Leeming. And from the mistake, I said it a few times, Reece Martin is screaming on this right side. He can sense He can feel, he can spot the opportunity. Ultimately, it's not him who gets the ball. And a nice over-the-top pass from Aidan Caesar. Right foot step, in and away, bang, bang. And it's 16 apiece, kick to come, Rhys Martin.
Fussitu's had a good night. I've been impressed with his strength of carry coming out of his own half. What a fantastic finish from him there. He set the benchmark for me for Leeds in terms of getting them on the front foot and then to come up with the bit of quality they needed just when they needed it.
And Rhys Martin to put Leeds ahead. And he does just that. Rhys Martin, his run of successful Super League goal kicks ended at 39 against Warrington last time out. He's back on a roll. That's 3 in a row from him tonight to give Leeds an 18 points to 16 advantage.
Bill, look at Adam Swift here. Look, he has to slow it down. If we slow it down, Swift has to go too hard to the sideline. That opens up his inside shoulder. Bang! Right foot. Fussitu is in. Great try from Leeds.
Whoa, what a game this has been. 18 points to 16. You saw Rowan Smith looking on it, very calm. Leeds, under him, have not lost at home. 6.
I do not believe this game is over. They're in front on the scoreboard there, but failed to collect the short kick-off. There's more points in this, I'm certain.
Well, they've got under 10 minutes to get them. Oh! Hoy. Tex Hoy trying to find a way through. Here's Brad Dwyer, what he'd give for a try on his former home ground. Brad Dwyer, 121 appearances for Leeds, 35 tries, and 1 famous drop goal for Brad Dwyer against the Castleford Tigers on this ground. Completely took everybody by surprise, that one, including, I think, Brad Dwyer.
And David Ferney, if I remember correctly.
Here is Dwyer now, serves the ball up. Chris Satai gets it away to Houghton. Houghton, McNamara onto Tex Hoy. Hoy trying to cut through. That'll be the turnover.
5th tackle.
Scramble.
It's a right foot step. He's taking the risk, taking the gamble, but the fullback denies him. Offload. So important for FC.
Good scramble from Leeds though, Barry, wasn't it? Just to get numbers around.
Let's go down to the sideline, get some news from Jenna again.
Yeah, Bill, Liam Sutcliffe has just come off for Hull FC. He's getting treatment on what looks like his chest. He's just placed some ice on there. He looks to be in a bit of pain. The Black and Whites have also used all of their subs now, so they're going to have to play the next 7 minutes or so unchanged.
And then they lose the ball to Leeds, and Dwyer picks it up, or pops it up, and it's Josh Griffin who'll bring it back. And Griffin gives the pass to Cameron Scott, and Scott almost found a way through. It was Austin who made the tackle there, about 20 metres away from that Leeds line. Hull looking to get back in front here. Here is Clifford. Clifford is brought down inside that Leeds 10. Plenty of tackles this set, and Chris Satai will drive it in against a Leeds defence that is probably tiring now. Short pass, Scott Taylor! Scott Taylor has scored the try that has put Hull FC back in front. When it came to it, it was a simple front rower's try. Give me that ball, I'm going over. And Scott Taylor, who'll be 32 on Monday, has got an early birthday present with that try.
Oh, well, Scott Taylor, there's loads of ways to score rugby league tries. Some are pretty, some are creative, and some are not. And that wasn't. That was sheer will, strength of carry. Tony Smith will be delighted. But it came from Nene McDonald just trying to offload the ball. Brad Dwyer's hands are on it. But that was a massive error. And then this is just Scott Taylor saying, look, Cam Smith, you're not having it. This is our night. Big, big try.
The mistake here is the referee and Cam Smith. He's confused, he's discombobulated by the fact that the referee's in the defensive line.
Oh, Jack Smith, get out the way. Scott Taylor wasn't bothered.
It's a great finish, isn't it?
Scott Taylor made his professional debut on this ground for Hull Kingston Rovers in 2009. still going strong, Scott Taylor. And I mentioned his car dealership. He's in partnership with somebody. I think the word is he's just sold a car to Saints darting legend Michael Smith.
I saw that.
But he said he's just sold a car now, Bill. I was like, how's he managed that?
I thought he was going to say he was in partnership with Boise.
I think it's a bit more respectable than that. Some big news coming about Scott Taylor next week, apparently. I hear from the Hull FC camp as Jake Clifford converts, and Scott Taylor's try, Clifford's conversion. Hull are back in front. Leeds are running out of time.
Yeah, it was like a big diesel fall before there, wasn't he, Scott Taylor?
It was created, wasn't it, by Brad Dwyer? I said on 1 minute we wouldn't bet against Brad Dwyer getting over for a try. Well, it went one worse or one better, depends what your perspective on it is. He set it up on a plate for his front rower.
Leeds have, they thought they'd got the ball back. They'd batted the ball back, but first to the ball was
He's not been
Danny
tackled.
Houghton.
He's not been tackled. Voluntary tackle, Bill.
You're right.
Massive.
Cam Smith did exactly the right thing. Arms up. I've not tackled him, mate.
Massive play. Massive play.
And Danny Houghton looks incredulous at that decision from Jack Smith, but it was the right decision.
What does this remind you of? Chris Joint grand final. Chris Joint, Mick Withers. Big play.
You're older than me, Wilco. I can't
But this
remember.
time they're penalised. So what an opportunity this is for Leeds. 4 minutes to go. 18 points to 22. And Myler is flattened by a Hull FC tackle. That's a good run from Sam Lissone. Lissone playing the ball. Austin. Good tackle that from Brad Fash, who has been outstanding for Hull this evening. Can Hull withstand the pressure? Reece Martin rides the first tackle. Hull eventually stop his progress.
This is it.
On the last, Austin's kick is crossfield, and it's claimed
It's a poor
by
kick,
Cameron
Bill.
Scott. What a night he has had.
It's a poor kick, Bill.
Not enough hang time on that. You're right, he's had an excellent night, Cameron Scott.
If we just contrast that to Jordan Abdul's kicking game last night, we watched Jordan Abdul put that on the money over and over again. Looks like something's gone on here, Bill.
In that last set of 6, you want a half-back, you want a pivot player to be decisive. Get me over there, this is what we're doing. Everybody understanding through verbal and animated communication what they need to do for the team. Tony Smith from the sideline. I don't think he'll be breathing out, exhaling the fact that his side has won this game yet, because it's been that kind of game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But you have to say that Hull FC have been the better side.
Yeah, it's been a great game. And just not knowing what's happening. Look, Jordan Lane's just... It's gamesmanship, this. It's gamesmanship.
I think he's caught a hit from Cam Smith.
Yeah,
He's going to end up on the sideline if he's down with the green card.
Tackle 2.
It is going to be a head injury assessment. The signal going to the sideline that Jordan Lane's going to have to leave the field. The one club man in the Hull side, Jordan Lane, having made his debut on this ground in 2018. Meanwhile, and Joe Lovadu will come back on. Meanwhile, Hull fans still celebrating that Scott Taylor try, his first in 4 years. What a time to come up with it, Dwyer.
There it is.
Crucial run from him.
Show and go.
Big one.
Relieving some of the pressure for Hull FC. 2019, then they've lost the ball. Hull have lost the ball. Coming on to 2.5 minutes to go.
Sure, man, Bill Cameron Scott. We've only just finished saying how good he's been. Just drops his chips.
It was an awful pass from Darnell McIntosh. Why? He has just wazzed it at him as hard as he can.
He doesn't need to spin that, does it? He's a winger, Wilcourt.
Jack Smith calls time off. Coming up to 2 minutes to go in this contest. And it's still within the grasp of the Leeds Rhinos. And Myler tries to duck under the challenges, but Fash gets a hold of him. Surely must be leading the whole tackle count, Brad Fash. He's got through an awful lot of work.
Got to be more decisive from Leeds. Caesar, stand up.
Lissoni plays the ball. Here is Caesar. Here is Blake Austin. Austin is driven back. Great work from Taylor Loverdoer and Houghton to send him back where he came from.
Make the 10, Joe. Go first.
3 tackles gone. Here is Justin Sangare. Sangare will try and offload. But Taylor clinging on to him. Loverdoer there again, and so too is Danny Houghton. 4 tackles gone. Leeming it comes to Austin. Austin tries to sell the dummy. They weren't buying it, were Hull. 5th tackle. The kick needs to be a good one. It's Leeming, it's Caesar who kicks crossfield this time towards Fusitua. It's too strong. He hangs his head in disappointment, shakes his head in disappointment, does Fusitua, and the opportunity goes begging for Leeds. Caesar asks questions.
Two chances, 2 kicks. They didn't create anything through their attacking sets, so they've had to kick the ball, and it's 2 poor kicks, 1 from Blake Austin, 1 from Aidan Caesar. Fussitua's fuming. Aidan Caesar asking questions of his teammates. He's just got to get that kick right.
They've got to ride out the final minutes of the 80 here in frustration. Former teammates Leeming and Dwyer in each other's clutches. Tom Holroyd getting a talking to from the referee, and I think he'll tell Hull just to play the ball. Just calming that situation down, because it has been, when you think of how evenly balanced and how close this contest has been, it's been played in a fantastic spirit. You know, there's been some really fierce,
there hasn't been
tackles.
time for pushing and shoving,
There
has
hasn't. Set restart signals.
It's been a great game, Bill. I've really enjoyed this game. Fast-paced, frantic at times. Quality's been there too.
Wilco, it's been an improvement from Leeds' perspective in their attitude. They've approached this game very different than they did the one last week, but there's still some glitches there. Hull FC, it's 2 from 2 from them.
Tony Smith looking on at the sidelines and celebrating on his return to Headingley with his Hull FC club, who've made it 2 from 2 at the start of this season, to inflict back-to-back defeats on the Leeds Rhinos. And it's brought the best out of Hull again, has Headingley. They've won now 5 here in a row. Leeds close, but not close enough. A big improvement on last week's disappointment. But Hull, there were questions asked going into this game about their defensive capabilities. They hadn't been tested. They were tested tonight, and they stood up to that test. And Scott Taylor, there he is, coming up with a decisive try, his first since 2019. And it has inflicted a first home defeat for Rowan Smith in his tenure at Leeds Rhinos coach. His uncle Tony has done it as well. That's family for you.
Well, the perfect start to the season for Tony Smith and the Black and Whites. Back-to-back wins to start season 2023. But this one, Phil Clark and Danny Maguire, well, there was nothing comfortable about this.
Yeah, I think we all predicted a tight game beforehand, and it was a good tussle. I really enjoyed it, back and forth, and obviously in the second half, Leeds bombed a few opportunities there to probably win the game. But you've got to give Hull FC credit there for hanging in there, and obviously Scott Taylor with the match-clinching try.
I can't remember a better start to a Super League season with everything we've had, because you know you need games with this, with the variety, with the controversy, with chances that get missed as well as chances that get scored, and I think that's added to a brilliant start to 2023 for the Betfred Super League.